Hello and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series as part of the Adder. We're looking at the final of them for me. If you're watching them in order, this is the D, which could also stand for diversity. The Adder Delta configuration is quite a mix of weaponry. It has a large laser, a Ultra AC5 and 2 Streak 2s, which is quite a nice little build actually for a 35 tonner. Decent amount of DACA capability combined with its long range stopping power of its clan large, and the 2 streaks are a nice backup for any mechs that get too close that are heavily damaged, or lights that haven't got any ECM to protect them or is being countered. As such, it means it has a nice spread of weaponry available to it and can also snipe a little bit and brawl a little bit, so to speak. It's another one within the lore considered to be a sniping configuration, which is not too uncommon with the Adder, as it already has the Prime and the B variant, which are considered to be snipey versions. There is actually a brawling version of the Adder, which sadly isn't in MechWarrior Online, as many configurations are, but the brawly configuration, if you're interested in ever trying that, is the H configuration, which is 2 heavy large lasers and about 6 additional double heat sinks combined with the flamer in the head. Other than that, actually, looking at other variants of it, there is a version that has dual ATM-9 launchers and micro pulse lasers, which funnily enough is something I mentioned you could do with the A configuration. And for some reason the C's missed out, and that's just an LRM mech with an arc beacon, so I'm not quite sure what PGI's logic was with removing the C at the time of its addition to the game, but yeah, basically the D, I guess you could kind of look at it as being a slightly, like a side configuration to the B. They play very similar roles with the large pulse, large laser, LB5, UAC 5 kind of build. The only major changes is the 2 ER medias are dropped in the favour of having the 2 Streak 2s. Personally, I prefer this over the B configuration because it doesn't heat up as quickly because it's not using large pulse, and the Streak 2s are rapid fire enough that you can force somebody back before they want to stick around too long, because most players tend not to look at what it is that's hitting them. If they realise they're being hit repeatedly by missiles, they want to back off quicker. So you do have the sort of psychological effect there with the streak launchers. Again, obviously it's helped by the fact that the Adder is so kind of squat and low to the ground that when you get into nasty brawls like here on Caustic Valley, you can have a really nice game where you can just do a fair amount of damage without having to worry too much about being focused. Granted, I am open at this point, but the fight does get quite brutal at times. But the D is a really fun mech. I did enjoy running it. I'd say have a go of it yourself if you're interested in trying out a mech stock before you start messing around with the custom aspect of them. Obviously, this having not a huge number of hardpoints in any one category, but the fact that it has multiple hardpoints means you could probably come up with something that was a lot more efficient for certain builds. Again, ATMs or SRMs may work a bit better than streaks, combined with the fact that you may be able to drop the large laser down to something that's a bit more in your sort of brawly range if you wish. Continuing on with obviously switching out that UAC for maybe just a clan AC5 since they're in the game, or having something that's a bit lower down like a UAC 2, LB2, something along those lines. Something that may give you a bit more ammunition per shot. And not jam as often, which would be a bit better. The one upside is the LB is the fact that the LB doesn't jam. The UAC does tend to jam a bit too often, I've found in MechWarrior Online. It's because of the rapid fire capability and all that jazz that goes with it. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the Adders, always have. Felt that they were well worth a look at. I felt they had an unfair reputation for being, as people nicknamed them, the Badder, though I never really noticed that, even when they'd not long been released in MechWarrior Online. I always felt that they were a fun mech to run, they were powerful, they had decent builds, and yeah, they had a pretty good hitboxes as far as I could tell. I guess nowadays more clan mechs abound to sort of diversify the category a bit more. You're talking about a day when there were only 2 light mechs originally for the clans, so there was this other Kitfox, and I guess the Kitfox had more use. Maybe opinions changed, I don't know. But I'd recommend trying it out, as this round is wrapping up. I imagine is the thing on the editing program I use whenever I start doing a narration and it's going through the video. The actual track bar sort of freezes and then will randomly jump ahead, so I kind of have to keep in my mind when it is what point the map's about to finish. But I believe it's getting close. So thanks everybody for watching the Adder series. Next up we'll be going over to the Cougar, although sadly they won't all be up for C-bills at this point, I don't think, so I may have to come back to the Cougars. But I'll do the ones that I got on the base pack, and then I'll get to the reinforcement variants later on. So have a go on with that one, folks, and I will catch you all next time. So yeah, have a good one. Bye! Well, it ended now. Bye.